The market for rare earth elements used in high-tech gadgets, among other things, is a volatile one. Prices tumbled after a speculative bubble burst last year, and they may fall further still. Let's find out about some of the challenges and opportunities in the market with Peter Cashin. He's CEO of Quest Rare Minerals, based in Canada. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Rhonda, very much.
Now, China's had a stranglehold on the rare earth minerals market, as you well know. What's the trade dispute between the U.S. and China doing to your business?
Well, the Chinese have been a dominant force in the rare earth production space, as well as downstream processing of goods. Obviously, they're a large producer. They've controlled the market. They've actually used the control to their particular advantage. But they've imposed significant export restrictions on the material, wanting to clean up their environmental stewardship aspects, as well as to consolidate the industry to try to pull in some of the unregistered operators, and they've obviously been the cause of the environmental concern.
So does that create an opportunity then for your company?
It is, in the respect that the Chinese have dominated. The rare earths are a series of 16 elements, and they've actually 97% of the world supply that they provide is mostly light rare earths. So they have a significant control aspect of that. The light rare earths are really the products that Molycorp's Lynas' project in Australia are going to produce. Alternatively, they're very, very impoverished in what they call the heavy lanthanides, or heavy rares. Our project in Quebec happens to be well endowed in that respect. The Chinese have announced that they are going to be importers of the heavy rares by 2014. So we are really somewhat desensitized for the price movements of the light rare earths. When Molycorp and Lynas come into production, the likelihood is the prices will correct downwards even further. To compensate for that and to protect us, we've tried to take a fairly conservative approach of our pricing assumptions. We've looked now at a much longer time window and trying to establish a bit of a floor price, which is significantly below even today's corrected prices.
Now, what are you seeing in terms of demand? You mentioned what China will hopefully be doing by 2014. How about globally? What sort of demand do we see for the heavy rare earths?
I think that they're going to be the materials that replace the light rare earths, in that what they allow you to do with the technological platforms that consume them is enhance the thermal stability, or the temperature tolerance of the applications. And you can imagine the heat that's generated in a wind turbine, or the heat that's generated in a hybrid motor in a hybrid automobile, pretty extreme temperatures. Some estimates upwards of 300 degrees C under the hood. So you have to have a magnet in those motors that can protect and operate at those extreme temperatures. The heavies will push you to those kinds of thermal stability limits that the lights don't seem to have. So it's really the natural evolution of the platforms we currently have, allowing them to become that much more efficient.
Tell me a little bit about your company in terms of what you're doing as you ramp up production. We know that there's been some cautious hiring. We just heard from American CEOs saying they're a little worried about the economy. Are you hiring? What's your outlook for the global economies, and how does it translate into your planning and your execution on a day-to-day level?
Well, therein lies the opportunity with the consolidation and somewhat of the tying in of the industry because of the weak commodity prices. It's actually enhanced the pool of professional talent that I'm able to draw from for my project. I've been hiring because really, if you think about the production timeline for our project, we have to look 3 and 4 years into the future. And one assumes that the world economies will improve by then, stimulating consumerism and obviously enhancing the potential for us to sell out our product. That being the case, we've been drawing in all the necessary professionals to advance our project.
And we hear mining is actually a very well-paid field. And I know there have been shortages from time to time for people with those skills. Is it hard to find the people you need?
I've been fortunate to get the people that I do have. Prices are very, very competitive. But at the same time, we are a small cap, and I have very, very strict capital management, and we've got to be very careful about our capital outlay and how much we pay people. we can compensate possibly a lower salary for things like stock options or profit sharing opportunities for them, and that's a bit of an enhancement that the large corporations can't offer. But I refuse to play the game of accelerating the payments that I have to give to get the appropriate professionals. There's always good professionals out there that are willing to work as long as the project is of the quality of our project right now.
All right, Peter Cashin, it's been great talking with you.
Great, thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I'm Rhonda Schaffler. This is Reuters.